you an idea what I'm talking about here?
Yeah. Just
Okay.
shut up for a sec.
Dominated.
I see how it is.
Alright. We are now live. Finally, sorry for the delay, everybody. We had bit of a technical issue there with people turning up, and then of course the sound. Hopefully, the sound is all good and you can hear these other guys that are with me. We've got two people here, of course, as the show always is. Late night IMBA discussions with myself, Duckville. You may have seen, if you went on the Reddit post, there's a little blurb. People always kept saying, "Who are you guys?" Which is fair enough. I mean, it's not as if, we're not awesome people like, Tumber and Clutch. Isn't that right? But yeah, so there's a little funny description. You should go and read it. It's on Reddit. I thought it was kind of funny. Anyway, so joining us, of course, our number one, Terran, and apparently Protoss as well. We'll have to check that out next time we have a practice session on the weekend, is MLG Wiggin. How you doing?
Hello, everyone, and I will prove my Protoss might by sniping Omerta. Easy
Dude,
peasy.
you will not be able to handle the fatness of my one base Colossus all in, son.
We'll see. I'm pretty
Shit
sure
is
I'm
too
undefeated
vicious.
against you in PvP.
1-0. Okay, congratulations. Take your 100% win rate to the grave, sir.
And of course, our other combatant here, joining us from Aya, and as well, a little bit of the Char influence in his play as well, is Mr. MLG Omerta. How you doing?
What's up, man? Doing pretty well.
Doing pretty
I've
well.
been learning how to do Stefano's EVP recently, and I've got it down pretty good. So, happy about that.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to make roaches. I mean, you have to press at least 2 buttons. I mean, it's crazy stuff.
Yeah, I mean, there is a little bit more that goes into it. Like, you have to transfer your drones at the right time. Like, you have to make sure your bases are equally saturated, like, at all times. You have to hit all your injects, hit all your overlords. I mean, it is, like, relatively mechanically demanding, but once you get into that rhythm and start hitting all
For a
your
Protoss
injects
player.
and yeah, but once you get into that rhythm, man, when you're just like you're at like 70 supply and it's time to just like start making roaches, it's absurd.
Yeah. All right. Well, ironically, the first game that we're going to watch is TVT. Have you guys got Vanek versus Tenugzor ready?
The user,
Yep.
yes.
Vanek
Got
versus Nev. Okay. We're gonna have fun saying these names.
Yeah, I know. Tell me about it.
Which one is the person that submitted it?
Our submitter, our hero of this particular replay is Vanek.
Nice. Easier one to say.
Yep. I was like, gonna be like, we're gonna have to make up some stupid name for the other guy. You guys ready?
Yeah, man.
I am zero and
Let's do it.
faster.
0 and faster. Is everyone in the chat ready? Hope you're all ready. Let's do this. So in three, on three, 1, 2, 3.
I'm not gonna lie. It just like it makes me giggle inside a little bit that everyone else counts 3, 2, 1, and then go.
Yeah.
And then you in Australia go 1, 2, 3. It just
Well,
makes me a little bit happy.
it's how we were taught how to do it down here. I mean, it's that, barbecues, cricket, and that's about it. Counting backwards. That's how we do it.
Okay, so which of these Sursy gentlemen submitted the replay?
Vanek.
It is down here at the bottom.
Have you already drunk
red
that beer? Have you? Anyway, yeah, as I said, our hero submitter of the day, Vanek, is down here in the red as the Terran. Oh my god, I don't have sounds on. His opponent is up here at the top right-hand side in the blue of Korhal Compound, Tenugzor. Tenu GG I don't know. We'll just play with that the whole game. TVT on this map, of course, Wiggin will probably be our go-to guy for a bit of the Terran action, but what's your initial thoughts on this map?
Well, I just in any matchup, I kind of like it. To be honest, it's relatively simple and straightforward, and you have a decently defensible third. it seems like a lot of maps have sort of settled into this nice sort of basic setup where you have a pretty easily defensible net. Well, this is kind of an open natural, but that's all right. And then you have a third that has two ways to get into it, and that's, I mean, you just, I can't really complain or say one way or the other for this map.
Yep.
Um, the open natural is nice as a Terran player because it means lol Hellions, but
Mm.
yeah, I don't know. I can't really think of anything that this map would sort of push one way or another forward as far as like a build order or anything like that.
Yep. Definitely. Omerta, what do you think for the other two races? Just a really short summation of this map for the other two races.
Um, I I like it as Zerg. That choke on the left or like the outside of your third can get a little dicey, just because it's a little tight and there's a high ground above it, so you can run into some problems with pushes through there.
Yep.
As Protoss, the natural, like Dave said, it's open, so it's a little hard to defend early. But your third base is pretty close, and the watchtowers are really good on this map. They give you vision over the two most important points of movement. So as long as you have watchtower control, you can defense your expansions pretty well.
You can defense it pretty well. I apparently am the only Protoss person who actually likes this map for Protoss. Like, a lot of people, I've seen a lot of people on Team Liquid Threads and that sort of thing saying that just because the natural, you need two cannons to cover it. Number one, I don't think you need two cannons to cover it, and number two, that
No.
was never a problem for Shattered Temple, and no one ever complained about that joke of a map, so I don't know.
Well,
Anyway, before we get too far off topic, let's have a look at what these guys are building. We've got two racks now, was second one just building now from Tenagzor, along with a factory just about done. He's got a second refinery there as well. Meanwhile, our hero Vanek has got his Vanek, whatever, he's got his factory just coming along and a couple of marines done. So, what do we see here, Wigan?
yeah, well, we have a pretty normal build so far from Vanek. You can basically do just an infinite number of variations of the kind of 1-1-1 opening
Yep.
in this matchup. I mean, you can even do Speed Reaper Medevac. You can do, just I think the most normal thing is like a cloaked banshee into like marine tank
Yep.
on one base. From Tenugzor, it's two barracks on one base is
It's,
a little bit wonky. It
it's a bit
usually just,
hefty.
I guess that means he's going to go for a pretty solid all-in, probably a marine tank all-in. And that's, I mean, you can do that, but you can do a pretty strong timing with only one barracks and still be able to expand. So I don't really like the second barracks here. I guess he's going to go for stim or something and try and make it a little bit of a stronger attack. But
Yep. He's now,
oh
yeah,
no, he's
he's
just,
switching things around a little bit, doing his
what is he doing?
best impression of Boxer. Yeah, he's getting Cloak and
So
a Banshee, and a
so he
Hellion.
switched. He built a tech lab with his barracks and then
And
switched it.
then switched it off.
That's
Whoa.
interesting. Okay, I like Vanek's build a lot here. Just pretty normal, just a Marine Hellion medevac time. You can do this in a lot of matchups, and it can be pretty strong against a really greedy player. Unfortunately, Tenugzor is the opposite of a greedy player.
Yep.
But the nice thing about this is you're not committing to anything. Like you can do anything from this. You can go Marine tank, you can go mech, you can go bio, you can do whatever after this, and it just opens up your tech tree a lot. So I like that decision. Did we have any scans going down? No scans, not necessarily good. Like 6:30 is a great time to scan your opponent's base. In TVT, the Muslim has talked about this a lot. You don't actually have to scout ever, really.
Yep.
You just dropping directly into all that stuff is not too long. Oh, get out of there, medevac. All right, medevac gets away with 10 health. That's pretty big. If he loses that medevac, the game actually just ends.
Just escapes, loses the Hellions, and I think there was one of the Marines went down. So obviously it wasn't the greatest of attacks, but he did get a little bit of a look in here and saw that the Banshee was there. Can be a little bit suspicious, but as you said, it's like a very safe sort of build back at home where he's already got a Viking out, which should be able to deal with the Banshee when it rocks up, which is just coming along. It will have